Your Excellency, to date there have been 5 attempted coups against you. Who wants to kill you and why?
You counted 5. There are many more. There are many more. That's just what's been revealed and so on. Every day there are people trying at all costs to ensure we are not here. Those who want to see us disappear are the ones we call the parlor slaves. They are the ones who sell out Africa, who don't want Africa to be free. They are very often Africans who are alienated and exploited. We are among those leaders who want to create the conditions for our young people to work here, instead of going to stay in other people's streets to beg. And very often some end up with behaviors that are certainly not healthy in your societies over there. We don't want to see that. The African is not a subhuman. But in this same context, the countries that colonize us, that want to see us in slavery, that want to keep us down, have their henchmen here, their local lackeys, their proxies. And these people are ready for anything to see us eliminated. And that, unfortunately, is the context of Africa. And these individuals, every single day that God makes, as long as we are alive, they are not happy. And so, it is a permanent and continuous struggle.
And who are the imperialists?
The imperialists, there isn't one face you can pin on it. It's a mentality. It's not a question of skin color. I was saying just now, European people support us a lot. Many European leaders even support us, for that matter. I heard, for instance, one of your leaders, who has been sounding the alarm for a long time, saying that the fact that France exploits Africa with its CFA franc and all, creates these waves of migration towards European countries, especially towards Italy. She's absolutely right. That's just how the situation is. So you see that it's in Europe, but not everyone understands things in the same way. So imperialism is the individual who wants to dominate the other, who wants to keep the other in slavery, who oppresses others. He can be black, he can be white, he can be African, he can be European, he can be American, he can be Asian, he can be of any nationality. But any individual who has that desire to oppress others, to keep others under domination, is an imperialist.
Can individual freedom be integrated into your revolution? The freedom to go where one wants, to express oneself freely? The freedom to love who one wants, to express oneself freely, to oppose your power?
Ah, yes, now that's something you did very well to come here. It's good, something that the so-called mainstream media spend their time lying about in Europe. As if here, people walked around with axes and clubs, and when you open your mouth, you get hit. That's false, you know? There is freedom, everyone is free to say what they want, to give their opinion and all. Even on our TV channels, you see people giving their opinions. But freedom has its limits. For example, we are a country at war. We are not going to allow anyone to demoralize our troops while they are on the battlefield. That we will not allow. We will not allow the local lackeys of imperialism who are among us to try to sabotage our struggle to bring our country back into the clutches of those imperialists. An individual's freedom, as they say, ends where the freedom of others begins. Otherwise, you don't have a society. Just as you are free to say what you want, he too is free to say what he wants. And when you start with everyone saying whatever they want, what does it end with? A fight. Do we just sit back and let our society go into decline? No. Even those who talk about freedom of expression, there is no freedom in reality. So we take the French authorities, so as not to confuse them with the French population. Is there freedom of expression in France? There is none. If you don't align with the authorities' ideology, you're kicked off the TV set. There are journalists being kicked out, or we saw in the news recently the Claudiciars who were kicked out of RFI. They're journalists, right, who spent decades at the radio station. Why kick them out? Their opinion. So there's no freedom of expression even there. Look at the wars happening today. Are you free as a journalist? To go and do a certain report, it will never be aired. When the Russia-Ukraine war started, many Russian media outlets were kicked out of France. Is that freedom of expression? No. Every freedom has its limits. When the farmers, the yellow vests and others came out, they were badly beaten. They wanted to express their opinion, to tell the state a certain policy is needed so that we too can live. Here we take care of our farmers. No, our farmers have never marched only to be beaten up. We take care of them, we do everything we can so they can farm in peace, giving their best. But elsewhere, that's not the case. But it's those countries that are on platforms saying land of freedom. It's false. They're all dictators. Their freedom is in relation to Africa. So freedom must be put into perspective. Here we are freer than they are. Much freer